Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are unlocking the grammar behind literally the most direct sentences in the English language. I mean, have you ever been told, help the poor, please be quiet, or maybe watch your step? You almost certainly have, and you probably didn't even think twice about the grammar behind it. But today, we're going to unpack the fascinating mechanics of exactly how we give orders, make requests, offer advice, and issue warnings. Just read these commands out loud for a second. Stop talking. Open your book. Listen carefully. Notice how direct they are? They completely skip over the subject to instantly tell you what to do. There's no, well, I think that you should, or it would be great if, no, it's just immediate, unfiltered action. This right here is the absolute hallmark of the imperative sentence, a structure that's just all around us in classrooms, at home, on street signs, and even inside our favorite apps. So looking at the actual definition here, an imperative sentence doesn't exist to simply share trivia or state a passive fact or ask a question. It exists entirely to prompt an immediate action. And honestly, the most unique, borderline magical feature? The subject is almost always you, but get this, it is practically never written down. It's simply understood by the listener, making it one of the absolute most efficient tools in our daily communication toolkit.
All right, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. Number 1, meet the imperative sentence. 2, rules of grammatical structure. 3, commands and polite requests. 4, instructions and helpful advice. And 5, urgent warnings and prohibitions.
Section 1. Meet the imperative sentence. Getting straight to the point.
Okay, check out the contrast on this one. On the left, we have a standard declarative suggestion. I think you should close the door. It's polite, sure, but it kind of takes its time getting there, doesn't it? It beats around the bush. But the imperative sentence on the right, close the door, just drops all the fluff. It instantly solves the problem of getting the door closed. Imperatives are meant to be short, clear, and direct. When you need something done right away, you strip away the unnecessary words and get straight to the action.
Moving into Section 2. Rules of grammatical structure. The anatomy of a command.
So, how do you actually spot one of these out in the wild? Well, here's a quick checklist. First, it almost always starts directly with the base or root form of a verb. Think of words like listen, open, or turn. There are no conjugations here. You're never going to see an imperative start with listening or opened. Second, there is absolutely no written subject like I, he, or they at the beginning of the sentence. Third, it explicitly tells someone what to do. And fourth, it ends with either a period or an exclamation mark. If a sentence checks these boxes, boom, you found yourself an imperative. Now really pay close attention to this hidden subject role because this is the secret sauce. The sentence sign the deal is directed entirely at you, the listener, even though the word you is completely invisible. Because the speaker is addressing you face-to-face or directly through a text, inserting the word you is completely redundant. Actually, scratch that, it's more than redundant, it slows us down. Our brains automatically fill in the blank, allowing human communication to move at lightning speed without getting bogged down in obvious details. And, it's wild how just a tiny piece of punctuation completely changes the vocal delivery and the urgency. A period gives you a calm, normal, or polite tone, like, please close the window. But swap that period for an exclamation mark and whoa, suddenly the emotion spikes. Watch out. Think about the difference between a calm, check your email, and a frantic, check your email. The punctuation completely dictates the energy, transforming a standard command into an urgent plea, all without changing the underlying sentence structure whatsoever.
Section 3. Commands and polite requests. Navigating authority and politeness.
This is where we see the full spectrum of authority in action. On the left, we've got those firm, direct commands from everyday language. Do your homework, clean your desk, stand still. These are used when someone is firmly in charge and needs something done, like right now. But look at the right column. By just tossing in words like please or kindly next to the base verb, we instantly soften the whole tone. Kindly wait here. Please help me with this. It's a real game changer. It completely shifts the social dynamic, transforming an order into a request, while still keeping that core mechanical rule where the verb drives the sentence. Section 4. Instructions and helpful advice. Guiding and suggesting. Notice how these chronological instructions perfectly utilize that base verb first rule to create a crystal clear, foolproof process.
Whether you're reading a recipe that says add 2 spoons of sugar, getting directions that say take a left at the corner, or setting up software with turn on the computer and click the submit button, imperatives are literally the engine of instruction. They leave absolutely no room for ambiguity, which is exactly what you want when you're trying to guide someone step by step. Now, on the softer side of guidance, we use imperatives to offer friendly life advice too. Think about what a good friend or mentor might tell you. Get enough sleep, eat healthy meals, stay positive, choose your friends wisely. These aren't harsh commands, right? They are helpful suggestions meant to encourage you. Yet, grammatically speaking, they function exactly the same way as a strict order from a commanding officer. The sentence structure hasn't changed one bit. The power lies entirely in the social context and your vocal delivery.
Finally, Section 5, Urgent Warnings and Prohibitions, Alerting to Danger. Just imagine seeing this on a big red warning sign. Don't touch that wire. We create this negative form by simply slapping do not or don't right in front of the base verb. This creates a punchy, instant prohibition that could literally save a life. Examples like, don't go near the fire, stay away from the edge, never look down, or do not use your phone while driving rely on this forceful structure to alert us to danger before it's too late. When seconds count, the negative imperative is absolutely the fastest way to communicate danger. These everyday examples really just prove how heavily we rely on this direct structure. I mean, from the moment we wake up and someone says, hurry up, to checking our phones with text me later, to wrapping up dinner with enjoy your meal and keep the change, we are constantly bypassing the subject to communicate faster and more effectively. It is the invisible scaffolding of our daily interactions, quietly doing all the heavy lifting in almost every conversation we have.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question to chew on, something to make you hyper aware of the hidden grammatical magic you wield all day long. How many invisible yous are you going to use today? Next time you tell a friend to drive safely or ask a coworker to send that file, remember the elegant efficiency of the imperative sentence. It's short, it's powerful, and it gets things done. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.